Hello everyone, this is Wendell. Today I'm going to teach you the fastest way to find square roots of numbers without using a calculator. And we will be using this formula: square root of a is approximately equal to the square root of b plus a minus b over 2 square root of b. I have discovered and developed this formula myself. And here, our a will be the number that we are going to find the square root, and the b will be the perfect square closest to a. A perfect square means a number in which the square root is a whole number. For example, 4 is a perfect square since the square root of 4 is a whole number 2. And also 25, the square root of 25 is 5, which is a whole number. So 25 is a perfect square. On the other hand, 26 is not a perfect square since the square root of 26 is not a whole number. And lastly, 100 is a perfect square since the square root of 100 is 10, which is a whole number. Now let's start with the first example. Let's say you're going to find the square root of 5 without using a calculator. Now there are many ways to find the square root of 5 without using a calculator, but with this method, we just need to know the perfect square closest to 5, and that is 4. So the square root of 5 is about square root of 4 plus, by using our formula, a minus b. Our 5 is the a and the 4 is the b. So that would be 5 minus 4 over 2 times square root of b. So 2 times square root of 4. And this simplifies to 2 plus 1 over 4, or 1/4. And 1/4 is a very common fraction which has a decimal value of 0.25. And our answer will be 2.25. But this formula will give us the answer correct to one decimal place only. And we will not use the general rule of rounding off decimal numbers here, because this should round off to 2.3 to one decimal place. We will just take the first decimal digit and include that in our answer. So the first decimal digit is 2, so our final answer is 2.2. Now if you have your calculator with you, you may check if our answer is correct. Now let's proceed to the next example. Let's say, okay, another one-digit number first. Square root of 8. Now what is the perfect square number that is closest to 8? And that is what? 9. So it is about square root of 9 plus, okay, compare it to our formula. This is our 8 now, and the closest perfect square to 8 is 9. So this is our 9 here, and it should be a minus b. So 8 minus 9. So this is our a, this is our b. So a minus b is 8 minus 9 over 2 times this. And this simplifies to 3 minus, because 8 minus 9 is negative. So minus 1 over square root of 9 is 3 times 2, 6. And by division, 1 divided by 6 is about 0.16666. Yeah, is a repeating decimal. So if we give our answer correct to 2 decimal places, 1/6 is 0.17. So this gives us 2.83. Now, as I have said earlier, this formula will give us the answer correct to one decimal place. So our square root of 8 is about 2.8. Just take the first decimal digit. So 0.8. This is our answer. Again, use your calculator or in your phone, calculator application in your phone, to check our answer. So much for the one digit numbers. Let's try finding square roots of two digit numbers. This will be our example 3. Let's say we need to find square root of, let's start with a small 2-digit number first. Let's say 14. So to find the square root of 14, you need to know again the perfect square number that is closest to 14. By the way, for the neighbor perfect squares of 14 are 9 and 16. So which is closer to 14? Is it 9 or 16? It must be 16. So our b must be 16. Again, you will use this formula. Square root of a is about square root of b plus a minus b over 2 square root of b. Our a in our third example is 14. Our b is 16. So it will be now a minus b, so 14 minus 16 over 2 times this one, 2 square root of 16. And this simplifies to 4, and that will be negative 2 over 16. A square root of 16 is 4 times 2 is 8. Oh, we have here 2 over 8, which is equivalent to 1/4, which is also a common fraction, which gives a value of 0.25. So 4 minus 0.25 gives us 3.75. So our final answer will be 3.7. Just take the first decimal digit, 7. So try your check. By the way, this is only an approximation. Sometimes there is a difference here in our answer, maybe 1 plus or minus 1. Since it's only an approximation, this would give us a good estimation already. Now let's have another 2-digit number. Example 4. Find the square root of, let's say, 47. So what is the perfect square closest to 47? That should be 49. So it is about square root of 49 plus this minus this. 47 minus 49 times 2 times this one. And this is about 7 minus 2 over square root of 49 is 7 times 2, 14. Again, you need to master your division skill here. You have to be able to divide 2 by 14 in the fastest way possible without using a calculator. Now 2 over 14 gives us 0.1, I think 14. Yeah, 14. And 7 minus 0.14 is 6.86. Now our answer, correct to 1 decimal place, which will be 6.8. Okay, so I think the answer is really 6.86, correct to 2 decimal places. Anyway, this is only an approximation. Now let's try a 3-digit number. Let's try if this formula applies to estimating the square root of a 3-digit number. Let's say square root of 105. Now what is the perfect square closest to 105? That should be 100. So this is about square root of 100 plus 105 minus 100 over 2 times square root of 100, and this will be 10, this will be 5, this will be 20, because 100 square root of 100 is 10 times 2, 20. 5 over 20 is 1/4, or also 0.25. So this gives us 10 plus 0.25, and that gives us 10.25. As I have said, or maybe I forgot to tell you that for numbers more than 50, our formula will give us the approximation correct to 2 decimal places. So I suppose square root of 105 is 10.525. You may check it with your calculator. Let's have another example. How about square root of 140? What is the perfect square closest to 140? Of course, that is 144. So this is about square root of 144 plus this minus this, 140 minus 144 over 2 times this one, and this gives us 12. Square root of 144 is 12. 140 minus 144 is negative 4. 2 times square root of 144 is 24, because this is 12 times 2. And 4 over 24 is 1 over 6, or 1/6. And 1/6 is a repeating decimal which has a value of 0.16666 or 0.17. So this gives us 11.83 square root of 140. Check with your calculator. Okay, let's have another one. How about bigger 3-digit number? Let's say 166. This will be our example 7, I think. Square root of 166. What is the perfect square closest to square root of 166? That must be 169. So it will be about square root of 169 plus 166 minus 169 over 2 square root of 169. And square root of 169 is 13. 166 minus 169 is negative 3. 3 times square root of 169 is 26, because this is 13 times 2. And it might take you some time to figure out 3 over 26 manually. And that's why you need to master your division skills here, arithmetic skills in division. 3 over 26 is about I think 0.12. I guess, yeah, 0.12. 13 minus 0.12 gives us 12.88. So with our formula, square root of 166 is 12.88. I believe this formula applies to numbers more than this, or any 3-digit number. So you may try it if you want to prove or disprove this formula. Thank you for watching.